All right, so we're talking about building a Dutch hip style roof. And again, the same method that you're going to build a Dutch hip roof, you could build a combo when you're done. All right, but if we look at the picture here for, let's see, a Dutch hip, they're calling it a Dutch gable. All right, slightly different terminology, but it's really the same kind of thing. Okay, so what it is it's two different roofs that are put together. They're combined. Okay, so what two roofs are put together? Well, you have a regular gable peak at the very top. So there's a little gable peak. And then underneath it, it's just a hip roof. So where's our hip? Here's our hip. Okay, so see how a hip is 4 sloping roof surfaces? Gable was 2 sloping roof surfaces. All right, and the way this is going to work, we're going to start off, we're going to just build a hip roof. And there's this thing in Revit. If you're not looking at your screen, just look at my screen here for a second. We're going to cut off the top of the roof at a certain height, at a specific height. So the computer's only going to build a roof from the level that we created at up to the height that we cut it off at, and it's going to stop. All right? And then inside that little space that's left, we're going to build a gable roof. So we're going to make 2 different roofs, and they ultimately just kind of overlap. And then we're going to join their geometry together so that they're one piece. Okay? So it's really pretty easy. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to build our roof, our first roof, on just that second floor level. Okay? So if you guys want to, you can do this with me. We'll go over to the second floor plans, and let's pick one of the buildings that does not have a roof on it yet. Okay? And for a hip style roof, how did you build a hip roof the first time? Footprint or extrusion? Footprint, right? So we'll go footprint. I don't think you need to adjust any of the settings up here. Everything looks good. Every line you click to create is going to define roof slope. That's perfect for a hip. It's going to have a 1 foot overhang. The tool that we're using to build the lines that are going to construct the wall geometry is pick walls. That's already selected. So all you guys have to do, watch this, ready? You just kind of hover your cursor in from the outside, and you just place 4 sketch lines around the outside of the building. That's it. That's a hip style roof, right? Easiest roof type to build in Revit. Okay? See the sketch? Pretty easy, right? When you're done, what do you do, Aileen? Little green check mark. Okay? And if we go to 3D and take a look at it, we have a hip roof. So that's perfect for the bottom of our first roof. So we got that little hip roof. All good? Next, what we want to do is we want to cut the roof off at a height. All right? And to do that, what I'm going to do is, let's just go ahead and we'll use like that level that exists above it. All right? Just watch my screen. You don't have to do this right this second. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to like a 3D view. All right? Or even better, I could go to an elevation view. And I can just use my arrow keys and I can move that level down. All right? If I go to a 3D view, I don't think I can actually click the arrow. Yeah, you can use the arrow keys. You can still move that level down. All right? And what I want you to do is, see how the numbers change underneath roof level? You guys see that? The numbers change like as we use the arrow keys. Let's put that at, we got to go pretty low because it actually cuts the roof like on the inside surface, not on the outside. Let's put it at like 11 feet. Let's shoot for like 11 feet. If it's a little bit off, that's okay. All right? So see how we have a level now that the roof was built on, that was second floor. And we have a roof level that we're going to use to, see where this like imaginary plane kind of intersects the roof? That's where it's going to cut off the roof when we set that up. All right? So that new roof level is going to 11 feet. Now check this out. Ready? I'm just going to put this in your face here a little bit. So we're going to go to the roof that we already built. We're going to go to its properties now. And where it says cutoff level, see how it says none currently? Let's change that to the roof level that we just set up. All right, so that was roof, right? So the roof is now built on second floor, and the inside of it is cut at that roof level. If that's not steep enough, like if you wanted to cut it down even further, you could lower that, you could raise it, so you can play around with that. So as you're working on like the design aspect of, you know, building a structure or whatever it might be, you can actively like change those numbers around or those parameters. You can define that stuff. Okay? But look what we built. Now we have a hip roof that has a big opening or a big cut in the middle of it. Okay? Now check this out. If we go back to the picture, what we're trying to make, it was a Dutch gable, or I called it a Dutch hip. Okay? Now we got to build a little gable roof inside that cut area. So that's pretty easy. So you just go back here. All right? And what level do we have to build the new roof on? Right on that roof level, right? So if we go to the roof level now, it's either roof plan or another way to get to the same place, just double click on that datum symbol. Alright, see how there's already a set of lines in here that kind of define where this new roof is going to go? Alright, so it's really pretty easy. You just go right back to your roof by footprint tool, and we're going to trace these lines. The only problem is I can't use the pick walls tool. Why can't I use pick walls to pick these pieces right here? Because they're not walls, right? They're lines. So you could use pick lines, that works. Okay, or you could just draw lines. If you don't like doing that, you can just draw a line. But just trace right over top, okay? When you're done, you have to turn this sketch into a gable roof sketch. Okay? So really you have to just kind of think what sides get sloped. This side will get sloped, that side will get sloped. This side and this side will not get sloped, so that has to get turned off. Other than that, we hit the little green check mark, go back to 3D, take a look at it, and we got like our little combo roof. Okay? Looks good. Why don't you guys try that out? I'm going to stop the screen recording.